Looks like we're live. Okay. Wish I could edit a message. No, can't. That would have been nice, but guess not. Put that right there. I really doubt. I'm just gonna start coding. Mhm. Now, what is on the agenda for today? I'm get a notepad up here. There we go. This is gonna open something insane. I know it. Okay, never mind. About Notepad plus plus. I don't have it downloaded. Oh, we got a viewer. Oh, something wrong with the audio, perhaps? Wait, no, it looks great actually. What's the warning? Current bitrate is lower. What's wrong with the bitrate? Huh. What's wrong with How do I fix that? I gotta see. Okay. Stream current bit rate is lower than 1.35. What does that mean? Streaming in 1440 or 4K, but you set below the high resolution recommendation. Fix this by increasing your encoder's bit rate setting, checking your network upload stability, or lowering your resolution if your hardware or internet cannot handle the load. Thank you for that, Google AI. Appreciate that. Okay. $26 kbps. Okay. Ah, dude. I forgot about all this stuff. I haven't streamed in probably like 5 years, maybe. No, not 5 years. I probably haven't gone live since like 2023. But yeah, you know, we're doing it. Okay. I guess I don't really need that. If I have this up in OBS, this is fine. Sorry for the flashbang to nobody. I mean, it looks fine. Can't really tell what's wrong with it. I'm just gonna get rid of that because it just says good. It doesn't say excellent. It's not excellent anymore, which is a little bit sad, but I guess hopefully it'll go back to normal soon. 0 dropped frames, targeting 60 FPS. Okay. Okay. Actually, can I just do this new window, and then we'll do that. We'll just make sure we keep this open at times. This is going to be our search. You can say over here. No, okay, or the whole screen. That's also fine. Bang, there we go. All right, what are we coding today? I'm gonna make a to-do file here, and I'll pin it. What is wrong with this bitrate? I still don't understand that at all, actually. Hell of a question. Green means stable, yellow or red means okay. But what about like cyan blue? That's curious. That's not it. YouTube. What that? Use an Ethernet connection. I'm on it. Set a consistent bit rate for 1080p. Match your keyframe interval to 2 seconds. Cap your upload rate matching your bandwidth header. What? Sorry, Google AI. Gonna have to ask again. Can this Done. Wow. Live. Okay. I can monitor, obviously. I haven't even dropped any frames. Don't drop frames. Great. Well, okay. Well, I guess we're just stuck like this for now. 600. How to set a bitrate. In OBS. Settings, go to the output, type your target number into the video bitrate. Settings, go to the output tab. File. Don't say settings. What's this? Okay. Like, who really love me? Yeah, okay. It keeps dying. What's no, that's not it. Virtual camera. Could throw this on here. Why not? Man, I don't know. There's not really much I could do about it. I don't think. Let me just get into just actual coding. Stop worrying about this. Okay. There we go. Just leave that up. Okay. Should be good to go. This is the game. Hopefully this isn't too loud to play this. Oh, it's a bit laggy at the moment. Probably because I'm doing a lot of different things at once. There we go. Great. Look at that. I gotta figure out why it's lagging so much. Okay, not bad, not bad. Audio levels working on the computer, nice. On the stream, perfect. Oh my goodness, okay. Okay, all this is looking good. I mean, if you guys are, oh wow, we got three viewers. How you doing, everybody? Oh, okay. I think that does entirely too much damage. Actually, that's not that bad. But this is gonna chain, and it's kind of like a little bit weird. Oh, that didn't. accidentally skipped. Oh, great. Okay, I picked noxious munition. Nice. I don't know. I need to figure out some kind of way to, yeah, no, that's not right. I mean, it looks okay, but I also need to turn down. Let's see how loud that is coming across. Oh, I probably shouldn't be playing this out loud. Bear with me 1 second. Just connect to these, get these on. Won't be playing out of the speakers anymore, so you won't hear it twice. I'm gonna pin this. Pin that, John. I think I need to disconnect from this first. Turn that off. Connected. Come on, you can do it. Couldn't connect, then connected. Perfect. Lovely. Okay, perfect. Okay, nice. That's actually good. Okay, so it's coming out of the headphones and it's also playing on the desktop. Nice. This is actually my first time playing with these headphones on. These are like the Bose headphones. Yep, that's not right. These are the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra. This is like probably the best audio experience you could ask for, I would say, in my opinion, if you're asking me. They were a treat to myself last year for graduating grad school. Still a little laggy. There's something wrong with optimization, I think. Like something's being instantiated when it shouldn't be, or it's being destroyed when it shouldn't be, I guess, rather. This is a fun one. I do like this one. That actually sounds pretty good on this. And I fell off the map. Okay. Do 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 do. Mm-mm-mm. I really wish. Actually, you know what? I wish I could. There's got to be a way that I could play music on the stream, like not on like play music into my headphones, but not on the stream. If that makes any sense. There's got to be a way. You know, one thing that I really wanted to do, I think, was test out like an actual third-person camera. Because right now it's like it's kind of Risk of Rain like. Like actually, you could even pull back even further. I don't know if I'm gonna leave that in the game. How far can you go back? Yeah, you can go back really far. I also don't like that sound. There's like a weird clicking. This is still. See, I need to get in and actually fix this here because this one. Watch this. This is gonna kill. This is gonna kill him immediately. So I need to look at the logic of electric burst here. So yeah, it kills. Insta kills this guy. Yep. Okay. Dude. So it just spawns. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Why is it spawning on hit? Okay, kill both of them. These guys are not going. It's not going away either. I think they're going to spawn directly into it. It's actually really cool. That's actually really funny. This looks better. Adjusting in the chair. Pardon me. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna fix right now. Okay. Okay, so the first thing that I want to fix is volatile. Sorry, what's it called? Forget the name of it. Electric burst. I have it stored here in this JSON array. And it's a weapon effect, so it only needs to. Something I noticed is that it's spawning when what's it called? It's spawning on hit, so like that's not right. This and that to me indicates that in here in this what's it called? In the enemy health script, when you take damage, or sorry, when the enemies take damage right here, it runs the passive effects, right? So it shouldn't actually be doing it shouldn't be applying a passive effect when you're hitting a passive, like it's being when you're being hit by another passive effect. Like that's not how that works. It should only be happening when it's a projectile. So if it's a projectile, apply passive. Else, just apply damage. So that should fix that one thing. Like it shouldn't just like it should only spawn the one now. Like and the guys that run into it shouldn't actually the guys that run into it should not actually spawn another version of it. And it's also too big. I'm noticing that as well. I need to fix this. This broke ever since I updated my skeleton. Base health, chain reaction. Let's see, how's chain reaction doing? That looks good, actually. I like that. Ooh, okay, I like the chaining. Okay, that was enough to kill all of them. Nice. Okay, run this way. Okay. I really need to fix that dash. Nice. Shoot faster. This guy should just die immediately, right? No. Cool. Ooh, nice. Okay. I actually just coded this up this morning before work. So it's kind of nice to be able to test it right now. Okay, so this is actually a pretty fun one. It's kind of what this one is. This one's inspired by what's it called? Not flashover. Bolt charge actually. From Destiny. It's inspired by Bolt charge. Being able to proc it. I guess like it's kind of like on death, I guess, in Destiny, but it's more like whenever you're able to discharge it. Nice. Okay, one thing that I'm actually gonna do right now is I'm gonna code up a level indicator and like a survival timer. I want to surface those up. So on the thing right here, I'm gonna say where's my UI canvas? Here we go. I'm gonna add maybe just text. I don't know. That's a good way to do this. Probably text with a font asset, I would say. UI text mesh pro. And I'll call this level not indicator. Level. I'll just say player level. That's great. That's just this. We could do like I have this asset I downloaded. Use that. A location, not in the middle. So this one I want to be where? Say player level. I'm gonna maximize this for now. There's gotta be a better way to move back out this way. So I'll pull this out over here. Here you go. Here you go. That looks great. So now we need to override this. I'm also going to anchor it to the top. That looks good. So that should stay constant in screen because it's set to screen space, right? Because this is UI. Scale screen size. Okay. It's also too high up. You gotta fix that. Hopefully that does it. Okay, now it's wired up. We're gonna say I need to get a reference to this. I don't want to grab it at runtime. I could. But I'll do what I always do. And I will say go into my game manager, which has the leveling logic. I'm gonna say you could do serial. Maybe I want to reference it from another script. So I'll call it public. That's a text mesh pro GUI. Yep, that's it. And call that text. Recompile. Recompile, we're going to say, I'm going to pull this, select the game manager right here, and then drag in the player level, which would go here. Now, oh my goodness, I didn't even realize we got 4 viewers. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the stream. This is my game that I'm making here. Glad to have you guys and gals. Okay, so pause game. When are we gonna update this? Because this is when you level up here. The leveling doesn't occur here. Okay, so this is why I made it public. What's it called? Not here. UI controls. It'd be nice to put it there, right? Because it's called like that, but funny enough, this is actually in the upgrade tree. Because this is where all the what's it called? Crazy Blasian. What's up, man? How you doing? Okay, so add effect. Where do we do leveling? Plus upgrade level plus. That's just what we're leveling here. But the current player level is done. That's probably actually done on the game manager now that I think about it. Actually, don't even know. There. Here we go. This, okay, so it is here. Line 101. Put it there. I'm doing well too, you know. I just got back on the gym. I just got back from the gym rather. And you know, now I figured I'd come on here, show you guys what I've been working on. I felt like I've talked about this on my channel previously, but I figured why not just go live and then go with the game if I was already going to do it anyways, you know? But glad to hear you're doing well. So this is where we update the level XP bar. Probably just override player level. Override it with the new level. We'll just set it equal to that. That's what we'll do. So I'll call this. You may have already said this, and I missed it, but what kind of game are you making? So I'm making, I did not say it actually. That's actually a really good question. So I'm making a third person shooter roguelike. So kind of similar to like Risk of Rain, for example, and like Megabonk are the games I would say are like my inspiration. And also Destiny, I would say, and The Division are the probably the top inspirations for it. So I'm kind of trying to make a game like that where you have like roguelike elements, but you have kind of like the crazy like game breaking like builds from like Destiny, for example. Whereas like a game like Megabonk, for example, has a lot of it's also game breaking in the sense that you just have like you got a lot of synergies and you have just like map particles on the screen at all times. Destiny kind of has it in the sense where you think about like Incandescent from Destiny, where you can just like, ignite an entire room basically. So kind of trying to like capture that feel within a roguelike. That's the pitch. The three word elevator pitch I would say is Megabonk with guns. That's what I would say. So at the start, I'll say, okay, so we're level 1. At the start, we can override the level text, right? Like the sound of it? Awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. No, honestly, I haven't really shown this to very many people. I've been keeping it kind of like close to the chest. I show my girlfriend every day when I make some new updates, but like that's about it really. Override by saying this. And then override. No, that's wrong. Wrong keys. Okay. So now we can just copy this and say where are we at? Pause game. It's gonna be on resume game. So like resume, I'll say here the timescale goes up here. Level up dialog. It's set to active. Do that. So this is great because we could just I could abstract this to a function, but it doesn't actually make any real sense to do that. So now it'll say new text, but as soon as I start, it should override it with the player level. Perfect. Level 1. Now let's test. Let's get all the way to level 2. And then once we do the almost there. Okay, so that's still to be expected. I think once we click this, it should show level 2. Perfect. All right, can't be mad at that. And it's also, I like that. Okay, so it's actually in a good spot too. All right, sweet. So this should go to level 3. I'm assuming this is all fine. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Okay, nice. All right, so that's working. So now the next thing to do is a survival timer. What they talking about? I ain't worried. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So now we just need to make just another element and just do the exact same process, basically. So run it back, duplicate this, and I'll say survival timer. Put it maybe on the other side, I guess, just for now. Okay. Thank you, Unity. Appreciate you. What could Unity possibly be doing? I literally just clicked the button. Busy for 46 seconds. Okay. All right. I'll just sit here. But you know what? While I'm doing it, I'll set up the architecture here. Oh, actually, now I can move it. Sweet. Okay, survival timer. Now that is a really good question. I actually don't know how to add one, so I'm gonna look it up. How to add a timer in Unity C#. Perfect. Time.delta time to a float variable inside your script's update function. And then I probably divide it by 60. Track how much time has passed Yeah, that's what I want. It's like I want it to be a stopwatch. How do you know everything you have to do? Have you made a game before? Um, that's a really, really good question. So I basically like you kind of I've not made like a full game before in terms of like um making a game, outputting it and releasing it, you know? Um I never like coded my own game, I would say, but for work, programs to use, what do I have to do first? Really good question. So the first thing that I did in order to start this was basically just think about like what kind of game I wanted to make, right? And then um, you kind of have the benefit of everyone who came before you. So, you know, if you like a certain thing about um, another game in a genre, like for example, like one of my big inspirations for this project is Megabunk, right? Megabunk has a survival timer. And like a lot of roguelites, like Risk of Rain has a survival timer. Um, just to like, you know, see how long, you know, the players like how long your run has been, you know? So that's kind of like how you know how to do stuff like that, right? Um, in terms of like other things, I just you kind of get to a point where like, you know, you you know how to do you know how to say you know how to start small, right? You break the project into like really small chunks and you say like, okay, now that I have this, where do I go from here, right? Like what's the next thing that I want? So like for example, like the very, very, very first thing that I started with was literally just um like okay, like what do I want the like obviously like okay, so like it's third person, right? Like now I know that I need to have a camera that sits behind the character, right? So like how do you do that? Um and for me, like not having made the game before, I'm learning it just as like as I go, pretty much. I'm not like yeah, I don't know. I know how to code from my job and from school, but that only really gets you so far, I would say. Like being able to implement your ideas is helpful, but you know, when it comes to like certain things like you never think about like what actually goes into like making sure that the camera stays at a certain distance behind the character at all times. You know, so like you have to just look it up. And part of like being I think like in and if you're in tech, like you probably know, right? Like um, part of doing any sort of like project like this is just being a professional Googler. Basically, it's just you know if you can't solve a like you can't come to a crossroads and ask the questions like you're gonna get stuck, right? So you got to be able to just be like, okay, I can kind of articulate the problem a little bit. Can I get an answer from this? Um, from Google, pretty much. Like I don't know. It's not like the greatest answer maybe, but it's real. No, it's real and does help. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. You know what's been interesting actually is how much like when you type into a search engine like Google, for example, like they want to give you the AI overview so badly, so badly. like you see here, right? Like I search it up how to add a stopwatch. There's just it's just all AI. You have to scroll down so far to even get anything like a discussion, for example. You know, it's really interesting. You know, it's been honestly a really good resource other than like YouTube, for example, just like watching tutorials on how to build stuff, has been Reddit. Reddit actually has a lot of good things because like there's a lot of game devs who go out there and like you know r/Unity 3D is actually really good because they give code examples. Um, so like right now, like I'm using it to say like, okay, this is how do they do it, right? It's just a timer. It's just a time lapse here, and boom, they they literally give you the code, and this is like it's like a real person saying it to you. But the crazy bit is that how far down it is. Like one, two, three, four, five to get out of the AI stuff. It's just interesting to me. Oh, look at that. That see, look. Give me a lot of stuff here. I started messing around trying to make a game because my kid really likes tabs and sandbox physics types games. So I started to make not a full game, but an environment for him to play in. That's really cool. That's really cool. Actually, don't know what tabs is. Totally accurate battle simulator. That's cool. What are you building the environment in? That's really cool, by the way. That's really sick. This looks like a cool game. I've actually never heard of this before. 5 stars, 83,000 reviews. Wow. Actually, I don't know if that is. Okay, nice and low poly. Sometimes I'm just kind of lost as to what's next or how to get things to actually happen. I feel you. I feel you. Where where are you at, I guess, like in terms of your project? Like what kind of things are you implementing? That actually looks really sick. That looked like Minas Tirith. That's really cool. It's an interesting game. I know Unity is actually, I thought, pretty good for implementing physics type stuff. This is crazy. Yeah, rigid body, definitely. There's a lot of like really weird little interactions with Unity. You know, a lot of it, like not only is it a coding thing, but a lot of it is the menu game too, which is how some of like so many of these like creators basically just like straight up carry the ecosystem with their tutorials, like just being able to navigate the menus and like make sure and like make things happen via the menus. It's so interesting. Wow, that's cool. So that's what they did, huh? It's basically just let's give it a shot. Timer text. So this is gonna be timer. This is a float actually. Timer plus equals time dot delta time. Oh, what's it? I forget. Where was that? Plus equals, yeah, okay. And then I would say this is not gonna ever count up, so, or sorry, this isn't gonna divide by 60, right? I'm gonna turn this into a minutes. So that's just gonna be seconds, right? Dividing by 60 would give me minutes, but that's not like formatted as a time. Minutes and seconds. You show. Modulo? Okay, floor. Time span from the .NET library. Time span from seconds. Oh, beautiful. That's actually super easy. Do I need to use this? Do I need to use it? Uh, nice. So let's say, um, what was it called? Timer text. Timer text.text is equal to time span from seconds, time in seconds. So that would be timer. ToString minutes and seconds. Sweet. What's it? I use Godot Engine. I never used any of them before, and I saw that was open source, so I figured why not give it a try. I've never actually used Godot, so I don't have any suggestions, I guess. But I have heard that like Godot script is pretty intuitive and like pretty easy to use, I guess. Or I guess like can be. I guess maybe it just depends on who is saying it, you know? Um, but yeah, no, that's great. I think that's awesome. I always would say like, you know, just the best way to learn is to just start, you know. But that's really cool. I'm glad that you're like, going through because it's definitely a struggle. And sometimes it's like, dang, like why do I even do this? But yeah, oh, you're considering Unity? I would say I would definitely consider Unity because like they have a really good physics engine. And the thing about Godot, or sorry, the thing about Unity is like if you're just making a game like for like you mentioned for your kid, right? Like it's not gonna be they're not gonna like charge you anything for it. It's still free to use. Like I'm not paying for this right now. It's like free and open source. Like, well, not it's free, not open source, but it's free to a point. Like basically, what happens is like if you release your game on Steam, Unity takes I think like a small portion of your revenue. But yeah, I've never actually used Godot. I've heard a lot of people um, say good things about it, but I think for physics things, Unity is pretty good for physics. Is Unity good physics? Really? Yeah, it's just for private use for me and my kid. Yeah, no, it's totally free. Um, yeah, I mean, if that was, yeah, it's totally free. Good for standard video game physics. Yeah. Rigid bodies, colliders, dedicated 2D systems. Perfect. Yeah, this seems like exactly like what you need. Like this would be like perfect for your use case, I feel like. Not for real science. I didn't think so. Timer text equals. Okay, so that should be updating this. Now let's see, does it work? It should be 0, 0, and then counting up. Okay, definitely think we had an exception. Input string was not in the correct format, probably because I did not pass in the timer. I'm gonna rename this to timer text, and then I'll say game manager timer text. Okay, so still a problem. But I forgot to post this on Twitter. Maybe I should do that. Twitter, the platform formerly known as X. That's definitely good to know. Tabs uses Unity, so I guess that makes sense. Physics-wise, I'll mess with it this weekend. Thanks. Yeah, of course. No problem. I'm glad that you're going to be using Unity. That's awesome. What is wrong with this? Two-string. Okay. Brother. That's problematic. That's correct. Sorry, just navigating menus over here. Yo, you have to pay for Twitter? No, I'm not doing that. How do I share? Now I gotta share this. I don't want to share this. Share. No, I'm not creating a post. That's a copy. What's happening? Oh, streaming on YouTube. And let's get the thing on there. Let's get the thing on there. Boom. Got it. Post that, John. Let's go. Unlock more next? Hell no. Let me just save this. Is that the problem? Input string was not in a correct format. Lovely. Loving it. Great stuff. String builder. Okay. I'm just gonna search. Okay. Figured this was the problem. Time span from seconds. Timer to string. Okay. Timer.text. This is a text. This. What is the problem? Oh. I bet you this guy just gave me some slop. That's why. From seconds. Dot to string. Oh, look at that. See, all you gotta do is just keep reading. Then you'll figure everything out. Oh, newest version of .NET. Oh, okay. Read everything in Profit. Reap. Say timer, timer text. No, timer text, not text. Great naming convention. Bang, we did it. Okay, nice. So I pop back over to the game. Oh my god, it's working. Oh, that's so sick. That's lovely. I'm gonna full screen this. Yo, this game runs like shit right now, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Max health. Nice. Doesn't update. Okay, actually, that's something I gotta fix too. Sometimes he gets stuck in that phase there. That's kind of weird. What do I do? This still doesn't work, I guarantee that. Oh, wait a second. Oh, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Oh, oh, hell yeah, that's so sick. Okay, not this, obviously. But look it. Well, that's not right. That shouldn't be sticking around. Yeah, no, that's perfect. Yeah, it's supposed to just, yeah. Nice. Now, it shouldn't be staying, though. That's still the problem. And is it doing damage to these guys? It is. Okay, so that's the problem. That's so cool. See, it's like half working as intended here. Like, obviously, one of the levers that I'm giving that ability is like how long it is working as intended here. Like, obviously, one of the levers that I'm giving that ability is like how long it is working as intended here. Like, obviously, one of the levers that I'm giving. Shut up. There we go. I don't know why that turned on. That was so weird. Great. Something is broken. Assertion failed. Null reference. What's a null reference? Oh, did I oh my goodness. Okay, I think I know what happened there. If I look here, null reference, this is gonna be in the game. Something. Perhaps? No, I don't know. Game manager. Okay, no, that's good. Where's the null reference coming from? Index is out of bounds. Okay, I think it's literally just this. Unity has this weird bug where if you have like a collection opened, when you try to start the game, it will literally just stop working. Like it'll throw an exception for no reason. Watch as I say this, it's gonna still throw the exception when I try to put it in. I guarantee it. Maybe not though. Wow, perfect. See, look at that. Okay, one thing I've been testing out is I added gravity to these projectiles here. I don't know if it's like you guys in chat here, like how you doing, everyone? But you guys can let me know if like you think like the gravity, it should have gravity. For example, you see here, I'm shooting a projectile. It does like it has. You see it arcs, right? Because it has gravity. But I can make it not do that. I go here and I find the tracer pool. I go to the tracer in my thing. I can make it not do gravity. Boom. And now it'll just go straight. Yeah, the bullet drop. Because like the problem I'm facing is you see here like the reticle kind of doesn't entirely match up where like the bullet goes, you see? But if you do it like this, it does more. Kind of. And if like while you're moving also, it kind of does it a little bit more. I think the problem is like it's like coming from world space where like literally the bullet comes out of here. You see the bullet comes out of here and there's like a difference between here and the reticle because the reticle is above his head. So like eventually it'll get there. But if you're shooting at something closer, it doesn't look like it goes at the reticle at all. So to kind of fix it, okay, fell off the map. So to fix that, or I guess like a workaround for that was I added bullet drop to make it definitely not go where the reticle is. I don't know. I'm gonna turn it back on. I'll turn it back on, but I'll make the gravity lower. By the way, this is the physics system I was talking about, like rigid bodies and the colliders and all that. So if I make it even lighter, see what happens. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, what if you want to shoot something far away? I don't know. I don't know, like, should I guess I could just make it a raycast, but you see here? Like, it doesn't... Oh, okay. I could turn it into a raycast. Like it goes at it. Is it possible to raise the reticle? Yeah, I can move the reticle. Where is that? That's here in UI. That's the resources. I can move the I can move the reticle around. Go to 2D mode here. Turn that off for now. This is where the reticle is here. Turn this off for now. Or lower it. Not sure which direction, if that would help the alignment. The reason I have it up so high is because the camera is kind of high above the guy. You know? So if I pull up game view right now, lowering it I think would make it look a little bit better. See, like if I lowered it, how far would I lower it? You know what I'm saying? Because at no point does it go into the reticle. So like the reticle's almost misleading. Yeah, so here's the problem, right? The problem is the projectiles are spawned from not the center of the screen, and then they travel to the center of the screen here. They get impacted by gravity. You know what? I could just lower it. It's fine. I think that's a good suggestion. I think that's a good suggestion. So if I lower it down, this one here, I'll probably say 30. So what does that look like? $30 looks good. If I put the guy back into it. Yeah, not bad at all, honestly. A little bit less misleading. You still get the effect. It's better when you're moving. You know what I'm gonna do, actually? I'll make that wider, I think. Make it wider. It's kind of like Helldivers, you know? Like Helldivers has like the circular reticle. Oh, it broke. That broke. Something broke. I'll make this wider. I'll make this go bigger. We'll move it down some more. We'll move it down to 20. 20. Move it down to 20. Move the static down to 20. Perfect. We'll make this moving reticle. We're gonna make this. We're gonna scale this up to. That's 2. Maybe 1. 1 looks good. And actually, you know what? I kind of want to keep the center reticle visible. Kind of reminds you of that in Helldivers 2? Yeah. That was kind of the inspiration because I noticed that, like, Um, oh, actually, this is not bad. The lines are kind of thick, though. I don't know if I like that much. It needs to be kind of cleaner looking, but this is actually working fine. It's a good thing. It's a good thing this game isn't about like precision headshots at all. I think now with how big that thing is, like it definitely needs to be thinner. It's way too thick. Oh my god, stop breaking. Where is this happening? It needs to be thinner, like it needs to kind of like smooth that down a little bit. Is that possible? I think I just need a fully different spray for that. Oh, you know what? You know what would actually be sick is if this thing could like move. You know, kind of like Helldivers actually. Like as you're walking, as you're strafing, this thing will kind of move a little bit. That would be sick. How would you do that? Actually, I kind of know how to do it. I'm gonna make this a little smaller now. Like where you're aiming versus where the rounds are hitting? Yes, precisely that. And you know what? So I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep the center. Here's the idea. Here's the idea. Sorry for the flashback. Reticle. Like here's the normal reticle, like when you're not moving. Um okay, actually you could even draw it here, draw it small, like this, and then like when you move, right? You do something like this where like the center stays lit. So this is like phase one. And then phase two, you go like, say I'm strafing to the right, it'll do this. First of all, it'll be bigger. And this is still the center of the screen because that's where like your bullets are supposed to go, but it's like this. And like maybe it's like this and it like bobs up and down. Kind of like that. I don't know. Yeah, this looks good. Or maybe instead of this, you do something like this. You can't control Shift Z. That's kind of annoying. Yeah, okay. How would I do this in code though? That's the question. I know I can offset it. You could lerp to an offset. That's easy. We'll try that first. We'll try that first. So you have to do that in so the game manager houses it. You have to do it in not player, but player controller. The player controller should be the one that overrides because it has the movement, basically. And this one is the one, like, I actually am already, like, figuring out if I'm strafing or not here. So if I go and I say, like, okay, I'm strafing. By the way, I want the strafe to be faster. I'm going to make that look safe. I think that's 6. I'm going to take in, I'm sure I already taken a game manager here, don't I? No, don't. So now I get the game manager here. I have to pass that into the, you know what? I'll just get the, game object dot find any object by type game manager. There's only one, so should be easy. Okay, no compiler error issues. Okay. Definitely a cool concept. Is that something you have to manually calculate that and then code it into the game, or is it something like you set the rules and the game engine would know how to calculate it? You have to program it in yourself. So basically, what you do is I'll show you actually because I'm about to do it actually. If I'm using the wrong words to describe it, let me know. I'll try to explain it best again. No, that's perfect. I feel like I understand what you're saying. So what you need to do is you need to, you know what? It kind of does like, yeah, so because like it'll be some experimentation that you have to do. Um and like to answer, like it's kind of both as to like what you said, you know. Um it's like it's actually a little bit of both because like the game manager, or sorry, like the game engine will run my script, and the script is like the rules basically, because it's like, okay, if you're doing this, then do that pretty much. And like the game engine, like that will like produce the effect that you want pretty much. So it's like a little bit of both, I guess. To answer your question. But you know, it's just like it's all feel at the end of the day, because like I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna look and I'll be like, okay, how much does this really need to offset? Like, what should it really look like? Here's the player. Player needs to take in the game manager. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna delete this because this line of code is useless. That didn't do anything. Oh, I think the rain is starting. How much do I want to offset it? What do I, question is, what do I need to override here in order to produce that effect? For the moving reticle, what was that modified? Position X and position Y. Yeah, that's right. See, like this is what I mean when I say it's feel, right? Because like when you're strafing right, the stuff is gonna follow behind you, and it's gotta be like enough for you to be like, okay, this looks right. And then this is it here. What's the pause? Why does it start pausing? Okay. See? Okay, that actually looks great. I think it should be down further though. Yeah. Okay, that's definitely it. You can actually override this one's thing too. It's kind of like a, okay, so move it over and then we'll move it lower. Is there a console error? There it is. Oh, because I turned off the level dialog. That's why. I see. Thanks, silly guys. Okay, alright, that looks good. So now it would, like, you should be able to make a loop, like, alert to the other side. So I'll say, it's still too large though, so I'm gonna make this smaller. Maybe I had this at 0.5. That's actually fine. Yeah, no, that's actually good. So we're strafing how? We're strafing to the left. Sorry, we're strafing to the right. It should offset it to the left to be this here. Position X and position Y of the rect transform, negative 39.48. And so it should lerp to that value too. But go kind of quickly. So getting emails about my auto loan. Lovely. So we'll go and we'll say player controller. So if we're running left, this is here. Left, right, left. Okay, this is right. So this is gonna tell us that we need to now override the rect transform of the canvas. Sorry, not of the canvas, but of the reticles specifically. So the game manager has to now take in the reticles. I don't know what these are. Oh, they're images. Image. Will the circle move with your tracers and the dot be your new center of the screen? No, I don't think exactly that. Like the way I'm envisioning it, the center of the screen is gonna stay the same. But like the trace, so but like the reticle will shift to where like the tracer is like likely to go. I guess is what I mean is how I'm envisioning it. if that makes sense. If that's off, like I could also change it, but I feel like I should probably do it like this. I'm not sure. Moving reticle. Um, what's it called? So I'm taking the reticle. Now I need to pass it to the script. Yeah. Let me take that. So the reticle is gonna, even though it's not, dude, I thought I. Okay. So if I go to, so I say moving reticle, I'm gonna move it over to, no, sorry. Player controller. We're strafing left. Now I'm gonna say game manager. No, I think it's called manager. Moving reticle, I call it. Can I call it? Is it just X? How do they expose that? Oh, it's rect transform. There we go. I could just, yeah, I could just get the X. Look at this. This is crazy. Manager. Wait, what's wrong with this? Is it capital M manager? Do math f dot lerp. We're gonna lerp from the current position to the negative 39.8. That's what we want. Yo, 6 viewers. Well, welcome everybody. How y'all doing? So I'm actually gonna save this. So put it here. Save this. Put it here. I'm just gonna actually Control Z all this crap that I did, and just remember exactly where I had it. Moving reticle 0 and 20. Lovely. Okay. I probably should just save this in like a vector. This is gonna be in the move. So I'm gonna save the static position, and then I have to also then lerp to the new position. Do vectors have lerp? They do. Vector A and vector B. A plus B minus A times T. Over the time. Okay, so we'll say like lerp speed is like, maybe it's like 5, I guess. I don't know. So I'll just save these in a variable here. I apologize for my code. My code is complete, like just always a mess. Negative 39.48. This was negative 4.1. And this was 0. So like this. How do I define it? That's all right. How do I statically determine a vector? Oh, vector 3. Oh, no, bruh. Oh my dumbass. That's okay though. And then the right position will be something like this, probably like the exact opposite. And then we'll say the lerp speed is five F. We'll do that. And now we should be able to. Where is this? Where did I get back here? Here we go. Found it. Vector3.lerp, and we're gonna say actually gonna call it that, and then we're gonna say left reticle position, the current position. So we'll just take itself as a parameter. And then the lerp speed, reticle lerp speed. I think I forgot the P on lerp. Sick. Now that actually worked. So I'm actually going to say, we'll do this for the right now. Put it up here. I think that should do it. This would be some crazy payoff, guys. Thanks for waiting. This shit immediately broke. Okay. Why did it break? Object reference not set to an instance of. It broke because I didn't pass in something. Player controller. What did the player controller not have that it needs? Welcome, everyone. If you're new to the stream, I am working on my Steam game. How's everyone doing tonight? Vector 3 direction. What? Not such an instance of an object. But what's dead? Is it this? Is it the moving reticle gets like unset or something? I'll throw a breakpoint here. Attach it. Try again. So it immediately stops. Oh, managers, no. Duh. Probably should have been the first thing on my mind. Why would manager be no? Did I pass it in when the play mode was on? That's a good question. Game manager. Oh, the moving reticle's not passed into the game manager. Okay, all right. I don't know why that wouldn't be the case. Here. Are you missing something? You're missing the manager too. How did that get unset? I need to stop dealing with this too. I need to turn this back on. Is it doing it? I can't tell. I don't think it is. It's just really big. Yeah, it's definitely not moving at all. Everybody to eat. Okay, we're good. Now to debug this. Look at me. I put the I put the right and the left and the left and the right. Why did I do that? I even left artifacts for myself to say, this is the left, this is the left, this is the right. Okay. It's got to be that this rect transform. Oh, okay. Hold on. This rect transform must be doing something. Position X, position Y. What actually moves it, though, is the real question. Welcome, 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 everybody. I see we're up to seven viewers. Welcome. Glad to have it. I'm really glad to have everyone here. That's awesome. How to dynamically modify. What's this called? Rect transform. Oh, anchored position, size delta. Okay. I finally did it, no thanks to the documentation. Lovely. Local scale 111, anchor max. What's anchor max and anchor min? Usually just enough to work on offset min and offset max. Lower left corner relative. Let's position X and position Y don't move. For 3D positioning, that's not what I need. Get component rect transform. Anchor position equals new vector 2. That's X and Y. I guess that makes sense because I'm not modifying anything in the Z direction, so. Get rid of these. Get rid of these. So should be able to now modify this as needed. Okay. So this should be vector 2 alert. Okay, position isn't even what we want, but we want anchored position. Anchored position, this should go to the, this should now alert correctly, I believe. vector2.lerp. Anchored position. We'll give this a go. Why not? Let's get a poll. Just kidding. Okay, so it just dies. Where's it going? I mean, something's happening. Okay. I want to see what happens. Okay, so okay. Something crazy is happening. I don't know if you guys can tell, but position X and position Y are some ridiculous numbers right now. And it does not move back. I guess I also don't have anything that pulls it that moves it back actually, which is kind of funny. I think I forgot to do that. Got anchored position. Hello? New vector 2, and it was 0, 20. Yeah, and great. So this in theory should set it back to where it's supposed to be. What I don't understand is why setting anchored position makes these crazy numbers. I don't get that. I'm lerping to this over the lerp speed, but what I'm not getting is the result. Here's, okay, size delta represents padding. Okay. Size delta from the docs. Delta. Okay, so does it just give you a new rect? New rect transform? Extend the rect transform. Hmm. walking in no direction. Because this, like, this should work. I don't understand why, like, not modifying the position doesn't work. That I don't get whatsoever. It's possible that I'm not modifying the correct component. What if this does it? If I go from here to, okay. Oh, anchored position. Maybe it's 3D. Hold on. Let me try something. Okay. RT dot anchored position 3D is equal to, this crap. Wait, I think I had this right. Let me get rid of this for now. This is vector 2 though. Swap back to vector 3. That's a nice amount of views. I subbed and I'm a fan of this, but I need to get to bed. Will you be streaming more, or what's the best way to keep updated with your progress? I'll stream more. This is the first time I did it, but yeah. Also, I need to get to bed too, actually. Yeah, no, I'll stream more. I'll probably stream like every week or so, I guess. I don't know. Because this is pretty fun, honestly. And I feel like it's a good way to keep myself motivated too. But thanks for the sub. Really appreciate you. I appreciate you chatting. That was nice. And good luck with trying out Unity this weekend. But yeah, I'll probably post videos too. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. I like the idea of just of like streaming and just being able to talk instead of like putting in like a lot of I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'll definitely do more streams. That's for sure. Looking forward to watching more. Thanks again. Hey, yeah, have a good night. Thanks for watching. I appreciate that. Probably also gonna call it here too, actually. I need to eat some dinner. All right. First one in the books.